Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about my concealed carry journey, and I'm going to be sharing some of the mistakes that I made and maybe some takeaways for you guys to get from that. And this is my mom's dog Leo. We're just visiting her and he insisted on being in today's video. Sorry about the whining. He has some emotional support issues. So I didn't really shoot growing up. My first shooting experience was when my boyfriend, now husband, took me out to the middle of nowhere. I didn't really enjoy it much for a couple of years. At first, I tried some of our Glocks, our 9mm, like anything 9mm just felt way too intense for me. I'll just come right out and say it. And I really started to enjoy shooting more with the 22, and eventually we just kind of realized that it was like the recoil that I just couldn't figure out how to control it, and I really enjoyed shooting revolvers. So my husband really wanted me to conceal carry, and I was happy to give him a reason to buy another gun. That always made him really happy. So sure babe, like I'll conceal carry if we can find a gun that I really like. And he wound up finding me a really cool revolver, and I had that for a little while, and I really enjoyed taking it to the range and shooting it, but it was never something I tried to concealed carry. At the time we were living in Georgia and I didn't have a license there, and I didn't really feel a push to get one. I think it was just exciting enough for him that I was even like willing to go to the range and shoot it all. So that was kind of my first little baby steps. And then we got relocated and moved to Texas. And within the first couple of months of us getting to Texas, there was a pretty big shooting not too far down the road from us, at a place that I was going to pretty regularly. But that scared me enough. That scared me enough to make me realize, okay, I need to actually make this happen. I didn't really want to get into concealed carry because it felt like a really, really big responsibility, which it is. It is a huge responsibility. And I think that if you're coming into it with that thought process, like this is a huge responsibility, I'm not stoked about it, maybe for that reason, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing to realize the gravity of the decision you're making. But that kind of pushed me into that and made me want to get serious about concealed carry. So I got my license, my LTC in Texas, and we sold my revolver. I never carried the revolver. I just didn't feel like I could conceal it very well. And I was deciding between the Glock 42 and the 43, and at the time, I just wanted the smallest possible thing that I could carry, and the 42 was just that much smaller than the 43. So I actually carried the 42 for my almost the entire first year of concealed carry. So after I had been carrying for about 2-3 months, my husband and I went out for the evening, and I actually didn't bring my concealed carry gun with me. Having it with me at all times was not a huge priority to me. I really only carried it when it was convenient for those first couple of months. And that evening, there was a boy shot and killed in his front yard about 4 or 5 houses down from us. And that shook me pretty good and made me realize that I needed to have it with me whenever I left the house. It was definitely not enough for me to just decide maybe it's convenient to use it, to have it today. It's convenient to conceal it today. That's really, that mindset didn't work for me after that instance. So from that point on, I was carrying every time I left the house, and did that for another couple of months until my husband deployed for about 2 weeks. He was supposed to be gone for 9 months and came back because of COVID. And COVID really showed me that I needed to know how to use my gun. There was a lot of civil unrest in, not where we were living, but in our hometown. And my sisters were really dealing with that and giving me that information. And it made me feel like, okay, I need to actually know how to use this gun that I'm carrying. I knew how to handle it. I knew how to be safe with it. I had done some dry fire, and I'd gone to the range plenty of times. I was safe with my concealed carry weapon, but I realized that I wasn't proficient enough to draw to first shot with any amount of reasonable time. So that's something I started really working on, was draw to first shot. Just going to the range more, doing a lot more dry fire, working on presenting my gun to the same spot every time, and just getting overall more proficient with my firearm and training with it more. So that's kind of where I have been for the last 6 months or so, just working towards that more and more. So I've been carrying now for about 13 months, and I just have some takeaways for you guys, maybe some things that you can learn from my mistakes. First, I would just say it's okay for you to take things slow and take things in steps. The most important thing is that you're safe handling and you're comfortable handling your firearm. It's important to continue to work towards getting better always. You've never arrived, so just continue working on your firearm skills and your drawing from concealment, all of those things that will make you a better, more safe concealed carrier. Shooting is a perishable skill, so it's something that we all should continue to work on and at least maintain. Something else that I see a lot of people doing, and I think I kind of did at the beginning of concealed carry, was just carrying as soon as I felt comfortable and safe with my firearm, which is great. But I kind of stopped there for a little while. I think I stopped there for about 6 months. I didn't continue getting better, and it kind of turned into this like magical talisman that kept me safe. And accidentally, of course. It was a mindset that I just kind of just comfortably settled into, and that was, I have my gun on me. I have it in a Kydex holster. I have it in the appendix position. I know that I can get it out within 2-ish seconds, and I had in my head that that was enough to pretty much be able to handle any self-defense encounter. And that was a mistake, and I realized that after 6 months that I was not proficient enough with my firearm to really handle whatever situation that might come my way. So I would encourage you to not let yourself settle into that mindset that it's this magical talisman that keeps bad guys away. I see that in a lot of concealed carriers, and it's just a really easy thing to settle into. So I would just try to encourage you to not settle into that. All of that being said, though, I don't want to discourage you. I want to encourage you in saying that this is not that hard. It's not that hard to become safe and comfortable and proficient with your firearm. I see a lot of people just not feeling confident and not feeling confident that they can get a quick draw to first shot. All of those things, they're so achievable. You just have to put some time into it, and that's okay. If this is something that you're going to be doing every single day, then it's important to be good at it and to feel confident doing it. There's a lot of really easy and simple ways to work on getting more proficient with your firearm and just continuing your training. I think that it's wise to take classes and learn a lot of the fundamentals in a really safe environment with an instructor who can kind of keep you from being your own worst enemy and protect you from yourself when you're a beginner. That's something I really, really appreciated as a new shooter, was just having someone there to stop me if I was going to head towards flagging myself or something like that. It's useful having somebody who knows what they're doing watching you. But beyond that, especially when you get to the point where you're safe and proficient with your firearm, you're safe and comfortable with it, there's plenty of resources on YouTube or plenty of audiobooks that you can listen to. There's so many resources out there that can help you better your shooting abilities, and not necessarily in a classroom. Another huge takeaway for me after the first 6 months of carrying, I thought it was super cool when I first started carrying, and I know a lot of people think they're super cool. I'll just come right out and say it. And I didn't guard the people that I told that I was concealed carrying, and that was really unwise of me. It was something that I was totally comfortable sharing on my social media, my personal social media, and people that knew me knew that I was carrying, whether I knew it or not. So I had an instance where I picked a friend up from the airport, and she was more of like an acquaintance friend. I didn't know her terribly well, and long story short, she thought it would be funny to lift my shirt up and expose my firearm in my vehicle. Nobody else saw, to my knowledge. But that was a wake-up call for me. that I didn't even know that she knew I was carrying, and she knew. And that was kind of the wake-up call for me. I don't post on any personal social media. I do post on my Armed and Styled Instagram, but the majority of the people on there don't know me in person, and the people that do are people that I trust. So just be very, very mindful about who you tell and who knows that you're carrying. That's very important. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope it was helpful to you. And if it was, please like this video and subscribe. And if you feel like it, maybe even hit the notification bell. I try to post here about once a week. So I'll see you guys next week.
No, his anxiety trigger words.
Yep. Just chill out.